a man standing there in all his magnificence.
A little bit like Johnny Carson walking out.
I can't help it that I look good, smell good, woo, can dance all night long. I style, I profile, I can boogaloo, I can do whatever I have to do to be the man day in.
Greetings. Seamless Style presents Behind the Scenes. So it's been a while since I've done the behind the scenes, and not too long ago I recently placed an order. It's a custom made order. So it got me to thinking, got me to looking, got me to checking my stock, so to speak. Just seeing what I had. And not to say that I was impressed or anything like that, but I just didn't realize how many pair of dress slippers I had. So I said, that'll make a good that'll make a good vlog. But then I got to thinking further, and I was like, I don't really want to do a full seamless style episode, dress slippers, but I can do it behind the scenes. So I said I'd do a BTS to show a few of my favorite dress slippers that I own, and maybe do a couple of flat lays as opposed to doing full rigs or anything like that. I do a couple of flat lays, just to show y'all how you can style your dress slippers. Because believe it or not, the layman term for them is dress slippers, but you don't have to wear them in full dressed up regalia. You trust me when I tell you, you don't have to. So, but let's get right to it, man. I'm gonna show y'all a couple of my favorite pairs. Let's start with these. So these are a pair of Rugby Ralph Lauren dress slippers. Tartan pattern. One of the more holiday friendly tartan patterns here. I got these from a guy on Instagram named Richie Rich. Got pretty decent. Got it for a pretty decent price. I had broke bread with him before, so I'm not sure if that influenced the price or not. But these particular ones are a size 13, which is my size. Now the thing with Rugby, and I'll get into it some more later, is that depending on when and where they were made, whether or not they were bench made or not, the sizes are a little different. Let's just say that. But this particular pair, tartan pattern, you can see it there, beautiful. It's got a bullion logo on the vamp, RLC. It's got a skull in the middle as well, in more of a rose gold or maybe even a brass look. But yeah, man, elevated embroidery here, just a beautiful pair of slippers. Rugby established 2004 on the inside. It's diamond quilted, which does actually, believe it or not, actually add to the comfort. But yeah, these are a pretty decent pair. I kind of love these. All right, the next pair. These are, and those particular ones were of a felt feel, not velvet, but yeah, they're more felt. Anyway, this particular pair, needlepoint. Needlepoint is particularly supposed to be a lighter fabric for the spring or summer. However, I don't limit myself to it. I wear needlepoint slippers year round if that's what I choose. It's all about layering and it's all about style. This particular pair, obviously, camo. No logos, anything on the vamp. They are purple label. But let me tell you, I love these. And I love them. I love them for an untraditional reason for me. Okay? Um, like I said, I love the camo, so I have, you know, so many different ways to style these babies. But the reason I love these is because they were originally $750, right? It was, I don't think it wasn't the last time, but I think it was the second to the last time that I went to the Polo flagship store that was on Fifth Avenue before they shut it down due to Trump. And at the time, I was also employed with Ralph Lauren. I walked in, I saw these, they were in the clearance section. So at the time, they were 50% off the original price. Then there was an additional 40% off of clearance going on for that weekend. Then I was an employee. Employees got 40% off all clearance items anyway. I ended up walking out of the store with these for like $137, $138. Bruh. Bruh, like this was the come up of all come ups. A brand new pair of purple label needlepoint slippers in the camo. And you don't see them everywhere. So, you know, if I was that guy, I could have bought these, man, and sold them easily for $500 and they wouldn't have lasted a day on eBay. But I've worn them quite a few times. I never plan on selling them. For me, and again, it wasn't the last time I visited the Polo flagship store, and it wasn't the last time I broke bread in the Polo flagship store. But anything that I bought from that store, I refuse to sell. Right, so these will never be for sale. Next pair, pretty recent pair actually. These puppies. You've seen these before. I've styled them a couple of times with ensembles or whatever. But this, man, just the nautical feel to them. The double stripes there. This bullion crest on the van with the nautical X flag, your anchor, your griffin and bullion. Man, these puppies, and these are definitely dope. But these puppies, man, is just they just dope. They classy as hell. I have the matching short sleeve polo, and I have a different shirt that's a rugby shirt, long sleeve rugby, that also pairs extremely well with these purple labels. Not much to tell about them other than the fact that they're just dope as hell. All right, let's do another rugby pair. So this pair. All right, so this is, let me explain. Like, these are bench made in England. Now, this wasn't the first pair of rugbies that I bought that were bench made in England. The first pair I bought from a local cat, so I was able to actually try them on before I broke bread. Because he assured me that they were gonna fit, and I was like, bro, I'm a 13, I'm not a 12, and they were a US 12. So when I tried them on, I was like, damn, these they actually work. So one thing you got to know about probably everybody that's watching, when it comes to feet are funny. Like, for example, my left foot is probably a 12 1/3. My right foot is probably a 12 2/3. Maybe a 12 5/8. It's a little more than 12 1/2. But you know, I just always bought a 13 because I can't fit a 12 in sneakers or whatever. But dress shoes, oftentimes, because they're a lot of times made in different countries, they'll just tend to fit different. I always tell everybody at work, I always ask everybody at work when they're interested in trying on a pair of dress shoes, I ask them, are they left-handed or right-handed? And depending on what they say, that's the shoe side that I suggest they try on. So if they say they're left-handed, I hand them the left foot shoe. Right-handed, obviously the other. Because if you take 100 men, probably 98 of them, their one foot is probably slightly bigger than the other, and all of them is going to be determined on what hand they are. I don't know why that is. I'm not doing the scientific research. It's not that interesting to me, but it's just something that I feel like if you didn't already know, you know, get your feet measured, man. You never know. Anyway, these joints. Whew. My second favorite pair of rugby Ralph Lauren slippers ever created. My first favorite pair I do not own. I have not been able to find in my size, but the search will never end. And that is the tweed run slippers with the Invisible Man on the vamp. The Invisible Man being the top hat, the I forgot the technical term, but the spyglass eye piece and the mustache. That's all you have of his face, and that's what's on the vamp. But these particular joints are also tweed. They have a houndstooth pattern on them. There's subtle stripes of crimson, of wine in there, and then you have the RRL logo in a beautiful college green with a crown on top. These joints, man, official. Now I got the shoe stretchers in them just because, you know, better safe than sorry, number one. Number two, I've been able to wear these with a thin pair of hosiery and have no problems. But this is definitely a fall slipper, being that they're tweed. So I just want to make sure that they're comfortable when I put on a thicker sock, because I don't believe in not wearing socks when it's cold outside. Alright, but yeah, this is my favorite rugby pair that I own. Second favorite rugby pair of them all. I'll show you one more pair. These beauts. Now I've had these for a while. I've had these, man, about 6 years, 5 or 6 years. Purple label. These are purple label. They are definitely the college velvet. But they almost like, they're a heavy velvet. They're like these might actually be wool. I think the box said college velvet on it. I still do have the box. It was one of the last of the actual purple boxes for purple label slippers. But again, a bullion crest on the vamp, beautifully detailed crown here. RL twice back to back on the vamp. Now when I bought these, I saw these on eBay, and the price was good. They were my size. I said, gotta have them, right? I bought them and ordered them thinking that they were buffalo check, which I was like, shit, that's dope. But when they got here and they were actually the Regent Tartan, man, you talk about somebody being pleasantly surprised. But take a look. That's not buffalo check. That's actually that Regent Tartan. One of the most famous tartans in the tartan game, not only, but also for the holidays. So, being that these joints are, the material is very heavy and has that extreme fall and winter feel to them. This is usually around the time I break these out, and I don't wear them quite often. I wear them November through, early January, and then I'll probably put them up until the following November, because they're just kind of special for me. But yeah, those are just a few of the slippers, the dress slippers that I own. And as you saw with each one, I showed you, a different type of flat lay, different types of things you can do with them. Oh, let me show you. I got one more pair. And this is actually a houndstooth pair. Pretty dope. Houndstooth pattern. Simple, nothing on the vamp, purple label. Matter of fact, you know what?